Hello, 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 and welcome. This is Glenee. I help Black career women eliminate job stress in 40 days and enjoy luxuries reserved for the wealthy. I am so glad that you are here on tonight. Tonight is night two, and this is a series of four that we will be talking about. Let's just go ahead and get my things together, my PowerPoint. I am so sorry. Well, I'm not sorry. The app doesn't allow for me to screen share. So you have to just suffer through watching my face as I'm looking at the PowerPoint. Um, so last night we talked about prioritizing physical and psychological safety in the workplace, how Black career women are doing that. And also, I left you all a number, well, actually, a link so that you can schedule your free discovery call. I hope that you guys take advantage of this free discovery call, these consultations. Let me know what you think about them, if it's something that you're interested in. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your subscriptions. Thank you for your comments. I do not take any of it in vain. I appreciate your messages. Thank you for sending me uplifting messages. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Tonight, we are talking about how Black career women are enabling rest in the workplace. So, welcome. Tonight is night two of four. This is the entire Protection from Harm series that was released from the US Surgeon General about workplace mental health and well being. He came out with an entire framework. So I'm just kind of delving through there and helping you all who are dealing with job stress figure out a way to eliminate it and to snatch your life back, girl, snatch your health back, and, execute some things in the workplace and take care of yourself because Blackness shouldn't hurt. And tonight we're talking about the four must do's to stop the pain right now. We're discussing enabling rest. So I'm Glenee. I help Black career women eliminate job stress in 40 days and enjoy luxuries reserved for the wealthy. And if you are a Black woman who have a career and is paycheck dependent and experiencing job stress and do not like the options currently available to you to relieve job stress are the symptoms of job stress and not receiving information to uproot the cause of the job stress, which for us is racism. And so tonight's information is for you. Okay. I want you to listen close and stay close to RX for Life. I'm sharing tonight. What I am sharing tonight and the next couple of nights can be the difference between health equity and health disparity for you or someone you know. So please ask questions and participate in the way that I ask. Please go to my website and submit questions through the contact form that comes directly to my email, or you can email me at info@yourrxforlife.com. Be sure to put something in the header. I can't do the questions below because I don't see the screen. I'm away from the screen. And so if anyone is joining me live, I would love for you just to say hello and let me know what you think about the work that is being done for Black career women. But if you have a specific question, please contact me and I will answer your questions that way via email. Okay. So, why are we here? We're here because job stress is the number one reason people see their doctor. This is an empirical study that was released years ago, pre-pandemic. Can you imagine any more stress than what we were enduring through the pandemic? What people were enduring through the pandemic? Well, if you were a healthcare worker, or if you were a police officer, or if you were a teacher, you were already up to your eyebrows in stress. And then the pandemic hit, and I don't know, that's even more stress. So, stress on top of stress on top of stress, right? So, we already know that stress is the cause of disease, whether it's stress that, a repetitive stress injury, or whether it's an inflammatory process that's happening to one of our vital organs. Something has to give, or else there is going to be a disease that flows after it, that manifests from it. Well, job stress is no different. Job stress is the leading cause of mental, physical, and spiritual sicknesses for Black career women. And then that empirical study that I talked about, it also acknowledges that 75% of all diseases are from unhealthy emotions. So, what that says to me is that we as employees are going to our doctors, we're going to our therapists, we are going to our wellness programs, we're going wherever our employer is sending us, and we're still coming up with disease. So, something is not right. Something else has to be done, right? If you agree, please type a yes. Something else needs to be done. So, I am coming to you with 30 years of industry experience, 18 years of nursing experience, 6 years of retaliation wisdom. I created RX for Life to help other Black career women just like you eliminate job stress and enjoy luxuries reserved for the wealthy. I can't say that enough. To enjoy luxuries reserved for the wealthy. That is amazing. And you know what that is? That is health equity, you guys. That is why I built my business. That is why I've been faithfully doing this for 10 years now, because health equity for the Black community is so important to me. And it begins with my sister. My sister. It begins with you. And according to the general surgeon, you as Surgeon General, there are 5 components for our mental well-being as employees. And this week we are talking about this week we're talking about the second component, the first component of 5, which is protection from harm. And so he goes on to say that protection from harm involves prioritizing your workplace physical and psychological safety, knowing how to enable adequate rest, normalizing and supporting mental health, and also operationalizing diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility norms, policies, and programs. So I'm just going to read to you what the Surgeon General says about enabling rest. Okay, it says the second component is to enable adequate rest. Insufficient rest, whether lack of sleep or lack of quality sleep, or from long work hours, night shift work, stress, anxiety, pain, health conditions, medications, caffeine, alcohol, or possibly from lack of refresh breaks or working multiple jobs can impair the physical, emotional, and mental health of workers. One meta analyst found that workers who did not get adequate sleep were 1.62 times as likely to have a workplace injury than those who did. Long work hours have been shown to raise workers' risk for exhaustion, anxiety, and depression. Fatigue diminishes productivity as the risk of burnout soars. When workers have adequate rest at work, they are less vulnerable to workplace mistakes and injuries. Workplace leaders can consider the length of working hours, overtime shifts, and opportunities for offline rest and refresh time. So you have an advocate who is supporting the idea of you receiving adequate rest. Let me put my eyes back on because I want to talk about a couple of points here. So he said that workers who did not get adequate sleep were 1.6 times as likely to have a workplace injury than those who did. Yesterday, we talked about physical and psychological safety, and we spoke briefly about like ergonomics and asking for help and everything. And so doing things tired can result in mistakes and issues. And then also here he talked about exhaustion. Exhaustion is something that is a telltale sign. I wish I had my pictures to show you of exhaustion, but exhaustion is a telltale sign that you are at your last stages of chronic stress. There are five. You can Google them. They're out there. Just, I'm not going to go through the five stages at this point, but you have to know where you are so that you can figure out how to get the rest that you need. Well, you don't have to figure it out. You can schedule a consultation call and I can help you with this, okay? This is why I'm here to literally provide you some guidance and some consultancy to get you the help and that you need to for rest and restoration, okay? So that you do not burn out because fatigue diminishes productivities as the risk of burnout soars. You don't want to be on medication for anxiety and depression, and when you just didn't get the rest that you needed, when you just didn't get the information and the help and the healthcare support that you needed, right? So I want to talk a little bit about if you have any questions about that, any statements about that, put them, chat them down. Let as many people know about RX for Life in this series that's happening right now because you guys are having a really hard time in the workforce, and I just want to be a help for those who are in need. So if you can help me help other people and help you and help our nation's workforce and then help our Black communities, that would be great. That would be just really ideal. So let me tell you what my thing is about rest. So that was the US Surgeon General that I was talking to you about rest. And so I want to tell you that before you can learn how to enable adequate rest, you have to know what rest is, right? And a quick Google search says freedom from activity or labor, a state of motionlessness or inactivity, the repose of death. Other than tranquility, relaxed, and sleep, repose also means to place something, especially one's confidence or trust in. So, rest also means repose, REPOSE, which means to place something, especially one's confidence or trust in. So, traditionally, when we have symptoms of job stress, Black career women uses our employer-sponsored benefits to go to a healthcare provider to see about those symptoms because symptoms tell us that there is an impending disease brewing, right? That there's a storm coming, right? You get notified a little early about these things, and you start with complaints of headache and stomach aches and muscle fatigue. Maybe your hair is falling out. Maybe you have some mental issues and signs of unmanaged job stress. And when I say mental issues, I just mean like maybe you don't like doing the things you used to do anymore because of the job stress. And maybe you have lost interest, is what I wanted to say. And you feel like maybe you're being targeted at work. And I want to talk little bit about that because not here because we're talking about enabling rest, but there's something to be said about those type of mental um, notifications that you are getting when you're dealing with job stress. And I think those things should be heard and supported, right? And addressed so that you can know what spirit you're dealing with, right? Re- you have to test the spirits, right? And so let me just get back to this. Traditionally, Black career women, you guys, I go off on a tangent sometime. I'm sorry about that. Traditionally, Black career women use their benefits to go to a healthcare provider for symptoms of job stress, the headaches and all of these symptoms. And in essence, would you agree that you going to the doctor is you going to place your confidence and trust in your doctor? You are looking for a healer. So you know that you need healing. You know that you need healing. You are looking for a healer, and but you're going to the doctor, and my colleagues do not have a medical model to properly address or treat job stress, particularly job stress that is as a result of maybe workplace discrimination and bias and burnout. You need a right set of information. You need a correct system. You need correct consultation for your issue. You don't even know at this point whether or not it's a legal issue, but you definitely know that it's a health issue and that your health equity is currently at risk. And so you do need to talk to someone. And maybe that someone is a COPE consultant, maybe someone who specializes in workplace discrimination, bias, and burnout, because placing your trust in the doctor is just really the wrong move to do when you're dealing with chronic job stress because they haven't healed anyone from job stress. Okay. Your condition, they haven't healed anyone from job stress. And so you want to be able to get with someone who understands what it is that you're experiencing and who can tell you how Black career women are enabling the rest. Y'all don't come at me when I say this, but Black career women are taking 40 days off from work, right? They're taking 40 days off from work. 40 days is 6 weeks. She's gainfully employed, you guys. You guys, she needs more than just taking a mental health day off. She needs more than just her 2 week vacation. She really needs to sit down and look at her situation and ID her outcomes and her visions and implement a strategy and do an evaluation on her situation. And she also needs to learn how to wait on the Lord. Black career women who are Christians, are believers, have an obligation to sit down and understand what her Father in heaven is asking her to do in the workplace. Because if you know me, you already know that job stress may be your calling to do something for the Lord in the workplace. And you don't want to acquiesce, run from this, be fearful, because when you do that, you lock yourself out. You trap yourself and you're no longer in the standard population. And part of our health equity goals here are to keep Black women gainfully employed. These are Black women who have no aspirations of entrepreneurship, but that doesn't mean doesn't have any talent. Black women are talented. Black women are being asked to do amazing things in the workplace, and sometimes that comes through the form of opposition. And we want to make sure that she has a clear picture of what it is that she's experiencing so that she doesn't lose to institutional racism. Because once you fall out of the standard population, once you deviate, then you're an outlier and no one cares. They just look at you as they're driving down the street and be like, that's undertreated or untreated mental illness. And it's not. Lord, it's not. We'll talk about mental illness tomorrow. Okay, we'll talk about that tomorrow. Today, we're talking about enabling rest. We don't want you to lose. Here at RX for Life, we want you to win. We want you to win in everything that you do in the workplace. We want you to see your role as employees just a tad bit differently so that you can prioritize your physical and psychological safety so that you can enable rest, so that you can get the support that you need for your mental health, and also that you can operationalize your policies, your norms, so that you're not left behind, your family is not left behind, so that you grow and that you become the industry leader that you are created to be. Right? Like I said, I told you guys yesterday, I never had aspirations of being an entrepreneur. All I wanted to do was be an employee working in ICU, and I was good at my job. Sometimes I still miss it, but I would never go back to it because that was the hardest work I've ever experienced in my life. So I said yesterday that I was going to talk to you all about enabling rest, incorporating essential oils into your routine for rest. Now, I know if you guys can't take 40 days off, I would like to help you get 40 days off. You can definitely schedule a consultation with me, and I will help you write a health equity plan that can begin and put into works in of getting you a 40 days off. But if you feel like you don't have that much trust in the Lord at this time, then what I would like for you to do is do 3 nights a week, 20 minutes of bath time, 3 nights a week, and incorporate some essential oils, some candles into your ritual. 3 nights a week. Do this for 40 days. You wake up in the morning just about 30 minutes earlier, read your Bible, read the book of Exodus. Do this for the 40 days, okay? Read the book of Exodus has 40 chapters in it. Read one chapter a day. In the morning, 30 minutes before you go to work, read just to read. At night before you go to bed, read to study and to understand. But 3 nights out of that week, baby, get you some essential oils, get you some vegetable oils like coconut oil. I don't like coconut oil too much, but safflower seed oil and jojoba oil. Mix that together. Put you some in your bathtub and just perfume yourself. God loves perfumes, and every one of his servants in the Bible used a perfume, used an essential oil, used an herb. And this is yours. This is a $225 bottle of some beautiful essential oils, and it's yours for absolutely free. Just pay $10 shipping and handling. But when you schedule your consultation appointment, I will send this to you. Okay. This is called Covered. Covered. It is a luxury perfume oil, and the scent is amazing. So I will leave the link below. I'll leave the link below. And if you're willing to sit with a health equity expert who specializes in workplace discrimination, bias, and burnout, schedule your next step discovery call. The first 10 to schedule and complete a next step call will receive covered luxury perfume oil, our 60 ml natural perfume. I believe natural perfume is the missing link to better stress management. Just pay $10 shipping and handling. I love you guys. I love you, and I want you to love you too. So schedule your appointment and let's see what we can do for you, okay? Until next time, be well.